Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Joshua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akim, and to the women and children. Kal Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ha Rokah Kodash Mahama, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Hawam. Salutation to the Arkansas in the four corners of the earth. And to the women and children, Shalom. Well, it's getting closer. It says here the news alert. What they won't tell you about the next financial crisis. Yeah. The next second shutdown, right? That they've been talking about for so long, and now we're getting closer and closer than ever before. The lesson's name of this is called A Crisis is Coming, right? I'll play a little bit of it, and then we go into the lesson. Here we go.
Big event on the scale of World War II or some large event that's equally disruptive in order to be like, all right, now it's time for a new financial governance system after this big event like they did after World War II. It's going to be a problem, reaction, solution type of situation where they've already made the solution, they've already developed what they want to be the new financial governance system after this new Bretton Woods moment. This will be the only way to prove you have legal identity, and so if you don't participate in that system as far as the state or the private sector is concerned, you don't exist. So by not participating in that system, you're inherently excluded from the economic system and really essentially everything.
They don't want to help you. They want to own you. These global elites will use the next crisis to force everyone into a system of total control over identity, money, and freedom. That's the latest warning from professional writer and investigative journalist Whitney Webb. Webb warns that powerful financial institutions are waiting for a crisis, whether war, economic collapse, or another global disaster, to justify a complete financial reset. Just like after World War II, when the Bretton Woods system completely changed global finance, they're preparing to introduce a centralized digital economy as the only solution when disaster strikes. But no matter what they say, this system is not about public benefit or economic stability. It's about control. It will determine who is officially recognized as a legal person in the financial system. Without a digital ID, individuals will be locked out of banking, healthcare, and other essential services. Governments and corporations will treat those without an ID as if they don't exist. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video.
Yeah, stop it there. I'm sure you're catching the hint. It's going to get uglier, right? Because what they're not really saying here is that once all the banks shut down, right, the second reset, it's going to be automatically in everyone's phone with this new beast bank system with AI, right? But what they're not talking about or mentioning is the part where they're going to also want to mandate, right? They want your consent. They're going to want you to take the charagma, the MOTB, right? The potato chip. They want to turn all of us into cyborgs. They have to do that because they have to use us and also Edomite's own people, right? To fight Yahweh Shai when he comes back. You see? With the host of angels, with the army of angels. I want to go to James chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye falls into diverse temptation. And boy, that's going to be a diverse one. That's the biggest test. And the last one also. Verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience. Right? Something that we've been practicing for a lot of years now, right? Because a lot of our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, do not have patience, right? They say they believe in God, right? But they don't do no work. And then they say, we don't need to do any work, right? Well, okay. You know, when you want to go and buy food and live in an apartment or have a car, you got to go to work to pay bills, right? Well, now that the Edomites are moving the material, paper, and cards, credit cards, they're going to want to not just work for the beast system, right? The spiritual wicked system. We work faith with works for the spiritual credit of righteousness in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, and enter wanting nothing. Yeah. Don't fall for the Edomites' deception, right? That if you go into if you take the charagma, that you will have everything, you'll be protected, you'll be saved. That's one big fat lie. You'll be taking the mark of that beast and you'll be cursed. I want to go to Matthew chapter 11. Verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Verse 29. Take my yoke upon and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, right, in mind, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. See, he's giving us the remedy, the solution to the madness that's about to come to all of us worldwide. Verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. See? So as much as that Edomites gonna say that they got the technology to make the world perfect, right? No more war, peace all over the world. Nah, that's one big fat lie. Can't trust the Edomites. Remember that. A snake is a snake. Philippians 4, verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. Right? How do we do that? Through his son's name, Yahweh Shai. Right? There's no other way. Verse 7, and the peace of Yahweh, which passes all understanding, shall keep your heart and your mind through Yahweh Shai. Woo! See? It will keep us focused on that day. It will give us the strength and the courage, right? And the balls to stand strong in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. 1 Corinthians. Give me a minute. Why go there? Chapter 10. Verse 13. There has no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Wow. You know, as many times as we read this, I'm sure the Edomites, right, are angry that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is making it clear to the whole world that even at that moment of temptation, some of us are going to escape, right? Because remember, the Edomites the reason that they're so confident and boasting is because they got technology in space, in the water, right, and in the air, and in land. So to them, it's like there's no way they're going to be able to escape. Well, you're going to have what is called surprise, surprise, surprise. I want to go to, give me a minute. I was 13. Oh, Hebrew, Salakia. Hebrew, oops, what happened here? Chapter 2, verse 18. Here we go. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Right? Succor, or some people pronounce it succor, Succor, means assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. And boy, this second shutdown, it's going to be some serious hardship and some serious level of distress. We're going to need Yahweh Shem Yahushai more and more than ever before. That is for sure. I'm going to go to Psalm 23. Oops. 23 verse. I'll start with verse 1. This always gives me my goosebumps when I read this. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. Verse 2, he makes me to lie down in green pasture. He leads me beside the still waters. Wow. Verse 3, he restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Woo! Wow. In times of trouble, look what he will do for us, the same way he did for King David. Verse 4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of people dropping. And I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. Verse 5, thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Woo! Thou anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Man. Come on, man. That's some strong love that a father and a son have for his people, the so-called Negros Latino, American and speckled birds, huh? It's beautiful. Verse 6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. What? And I will dwell in the house of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai forever. Huh? We're going to be with the Son and the Father forever. We're not going to be in this wicked kingdom for long, this hell, which is not our kingdom to begin with, right? There's light on the other side. Yes, sir. I will leave it with Matthew chapter 6, verse 25 I'll start with. 25, I think I start with 24. Give me a minute. Let me take a look. I'll start with 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will what? Hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. You cannot serve Yahweh, right through his son Yahweh Shai, or money at the same time, right? You got to love one more than the other. Because right now, what they're about to unleash, this invisible digital fake system of make-believe money with new rules, by the way, that it has nothing to do with money to begin with, right? 2/3 of our people, so-called Negros, Latino, and speckled birds, are going to bow down with no problem. They're going to take the charagma with no problem, right? It's only when Yahushua comes back is when they're going to know that what they have done is a big problem. Verse 25, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your lives, what ye shall eat, what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body. Salakia. For what ye shall put on, is not the life more than meat? It's a question mark. And the body than raiment, right? I mean, I'm sure that you're not going to say, listen, if you take the charagma, right? You're going to be bling bling all the time. But you can't trust a snake, man. I keep telling you. A snake is a snake. Verse 26. Behold, the birds of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are ye not much better than they? And he's going to prove it through his son Yahushua. Did it before, right? When our people left from Egypt, he fed them. They just didn't like the way they were fed because they got so used to the fast food restaurants in Egypt, right? That they didn't like the way they were being treated in the wilderness, right? I mean, 2/3 of our people are like this, hard-headed, stiff-necks, okay? 27. Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? No one. Verse 28. And why take thy thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. Verse 29. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. This is going to be some serious tests, the biggest one. I can only pray and hope that I have the strength, the courage, and the balls to do what is righteous and keep walking away from this wicked world. Yes, sir. Verse 30. Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? And that's what we need, is little faith, really, the size of a mustard seed, right? Verse 31, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? Verse 32, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek. Yeah. 2/3 of our people who consider themselves to be Gentile because they don't like being Hebrew Israelites, right? For your heavenly Father knows that ye have need of all these things. Verse 33. Here it goes. Look at the remedy of solution and the love that Yahweh Shah has for his people. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Come on. All these things, you're talking about, we're going to be with Yahweh Shai forever. The universe is going to be ours, the earth, right? Because whatever it belongs to our big brother is ours as well. We're going to be able to travel beyond the Shemayans to other planets. Oh, wow. No way, man, the Edomites can top that. I'll leave it with verse 34. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for thy things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Right? So we don't need to really be concerned that the Edomites are going to make their move. I'm sure that they're excited and scared at the same time, right? But when everything is said and done, this second shutdown is the last move that the Edomites make, and after that, their kingdom will be destroyed by the hand of Yahweh and Yahweh and the host of angels. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.